This is the Alaska Pathfinder, and I want to show you what three bored guys do when we're waiting for a storm to pass.
Good morning. We're doing our engine checks, but really it is engine yoga. There's a series of asanas that you go through each and every day as you're checking the engine. So Rich here is going to be performing the first asana, which is a floor exercise of pulling the carpet back. You'll see that he's forward stretching, reaching his hands are placed firmly on the carpet, flips it forward, and that exposes the access hatch, which again, we've seen the forward motion. Now it's a left to right motion, so the upper deltoids are getting stretched here, and the access to is beginning stepping down slowly, gracefully, but don't want to move too quickly at this point in the process because it is narrow and we have to access the lighting system. So we have the water pressure breaker on so that the engine room lights will actually turn on. Now that the engine room lights are on, the upper shoulders have been exercised. We're going to begin to work on the lower back and the hamstring leg section. Moving down, he's going to be slowly.
Not quite ready yet.
Okay. Always you need the students.
Shoulder shrugs. Okay, I'm loose. I'm ready to go.
You're ready to go?
I'm ready to make this happen.
Now, this is also a twisting action. We see the twisting action in the evening on the bottles of Pinot Noir. But this morning, we're doing a side twist. Loosen the back and slowly descend down into the engine room. And we'll be seeing you down below in just a moment. All right. Okay, we're down in the engine room now. We've got shop towels, and first thing we're going to work on is just rolling a shop towel off the tear and rip. There we go. Now from here, we're going to be working a lot more on the upper arms and the wrists because it's required for working on the helm. You can see the left to right motion and right to left, left to right. And then we have visibility down in. Now notice how the elbows are being lifted up. Again, we're working on the shoulders. A lot of shoulder work this morning. And
fluid level looks good.
The level looks good. So now we're going to be moving on to the next actions, which will begin to help with the lengthening of the hamstrings again, the calf area, and the wrist, and a lot of shoulder work down here. We don't do many standing postures in this particular engine room, but we do a lot of floor work, and you can see that extending out, we're getting into the abdomens a little bit now as we work that. And stretching forward, we're going to be working on the oil check. The oil check, again, is an arm. You can look, the shoulder comes up. It's almost like doing resistance training with bands because the tension is so tight on that particular area of the engine.
And this wiping motion.
The wiping motion, notice that both the left and the right shoulders are being extended. And we're back in. It's a push down to get to the level of the oil. And we are to the notch, I hope.
We are a little lower than the notch.
Lower than the notch. But notice that as the lower than the notch is also lowering the elbows as we make that determination. And you can see that as he's moving towards the aft end of the engine, he's also lengthening his body into a more prone position.
Stretch.
This is a scary moment in the process, however, because if we are truly working hard, we're not getting a lot of sleep. And the Supta Konasana, the dead man's posture, could in fact mean we don't see Rich for half an hour while he's taking a nap instead of doing his morning checks.
We're going to do the side stretch. There we go.
And he's charging into the third check of the engine.
We're going to do a reverse pose.
He is very, very focused this morning. Very focused. I like to see this dedication to his health and well-being.
Okay, now we're moving to the crab position.
Yeah, this is like a baby pose posture. It's a very relaxing point. Again, we're getting the lower back stretch and the ankle stretch too. The toes are down And the soles of the shoes and soles of the foot is facing the sky.
All right. Transmission checks now.
Transmission check. Now this is also another twisting motion because it's a very unique pressure seal, and it comes up.
Transmission's full.
Transmission is full.
Looks nice. Looks super nice.
Oh, this process is going exceptionally well.
Yeah.
You can see that.
Now this requires some pretty extreme dexterity to hold the base with my thumb, and my thumb and my forefinger in my right hand to twist and tighten the dipstick on the transmission fluid, because we don't want that to come out underway. It's nice and tight.
So you can see that the engine room has actually been designed to be a sequential process that brings more and more of the smaller muscles into play as you're moving through the process. You may recall we started with large motions, large muscles, the carpet on the top. Now we're doing the micro motions like the transmission.
Now my favorite part of the engine room check is to, if you could move the camera around a little bit to see this, the new fuel system. So we installed a Raycor fuel system prior to this trip, and I just like to look at the stern filter. So this is huge on our reliability for this trip. Make sure we have clean diesel fuel feeding into our engine.
So this check actually does a lot of work on the neck area. You're extending almost like an upward dog sort of posture, because to get the right angle on viewing those fuel globes is really, really a challenge.
Yeah, and then I also do a really thorough visual check, which really helps my optical nerve.
And we do have the fuel lines we could have noted for.
That's good. Go over here to this side, just do a visual. Everything looks good on the injector pump.
And the C strainer needs to be checked as well, and that's a left to right twisting in motion.
C strainer's over here. No obstructions.
Did I just hit
Clear
the engine
fluid.
room light switch with my butt?
You did.
I think I did.
We have a temporary blackout standby.
Yep.
Let's see what kind of fools we made of ourselves. I am going to check the voltage while I'm down here.
Yeah, I want to watch that.
All right, time to check battery voltage. Make sure everything's looking good. Tightened up all of the connections yesterday. Most of these connections were loose when we first started this trip, and so one of our big concerns, or just monitoring points, is the battery voltage. Making sure everything is looking good. So I'm going to test this bank of batteries.
Let me get the maintenance book so I can write down the current.
Okay.
Right here we are in the engine room. The guys just did a major upgrade. It turns out that some of our main power switches weren't functioning properly, which possibly kept us from charging the batteries all the way. So anyway, they got replaced, and I'll show you what they look like. All right. There's the main battery, or the main switch for the inverter charger, and it was just a matter of switching it and hoping everything fit, and the bolts seemed to line up, so that was a good thing. And then over here is the 12-volt battery switch, and that turns on and off the 12-volt batteries. So yeah, it was a successful installation. Took a long time, but what doesn't on a boat? So that's that repair. Yeah, it turned out great.
A moment, and we are watching the egress process of clearing the engine room. First will be Captain Oliver stretching his back as he's extending out, and we have added the increased degree of difficulty by removing the normal stairs because we have been cross-pollinating our efforts by working on battery switches. The twist, the lengthening of the legs, the seating position. He could be doing a nice forward bend here, but he's going to a different posture. He's doing the twist with the right hand pressure on the helm station. And masterfully done. Masterfully done. And the true yoga sensei of the bilge is emerging.
This is solid labor, buddy. Solid labor.
And all this on just 2 cups of coffee.
That's right.
Oh, it's just stopped for some reason. Did we run out of memory or something?
No. Oh,
it
goes into sleep mode.
Oh, okay. Here we go.
But the camera still goes.
Oh,
Here we
all
go.
right.
We're
And
going to do left knee first. And then a stretch. Yeah. And then we're gonna get leverage on the refrigerator. And that aids in the right knee. And then we come up symmetrically. Stretch. And complete. We did it. All the morning exercise are done.
so much opportunity in the engine room for stretching, morning yoga.
All right.
That concludes.
That almost concludes the joke of the day.